Just $10 a month helps the RightWay Foundation continue to transform foster youth futures through housing, mental health, employment, and community.
Welcome back, folks. RightWay Podcast, where you know our theme is 10 minutes of healing the right way. I'm your host, Franco Vega. We have an awesome guest again in the building. This is part 2, Jimmie G. You know, when we first interviewed Jimmie for the first 10 minutes of Paying the Power, Healing the Right Way, he dropped the bomb on us at 36 years behind closed doors in a big house. And I knew we couldn't get it all out, so we had to do a part 2. This might turn into a part 3, audience. But we want to hear, how did he end up there doing 36 years? And in my personal, professional opinion, it has to be from childhood, you know. I know I messed up as a kid and ended up behind bars, but that was just juvie, nothing big. And that was for me being a knucklehead. So we want to hear Jimmie's story. So welcome back, Jimmie.
How you doing, Franco?
I can't complain. I remember on our first series, or part 1, you talked about you're a ball player and you played football,
right,
you know,
right.
And you were good at it. Talk about your football experience. Who got you into football?
Really, football fell in my lap. I used to like playing basketball.
Oh, wow.
Basketball was my thing, but I was always a bigger, taller kid.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'4".
Damn.
But I was 6 foot at about 14.
Whoa.
So I shot up, real quick.
Uh-huh.
But they had park leagues, and the park leagues used to have all kind of, Pop Warner football,
correct,
things going on at the parks back in the days. Kids used to be out.
Correct.
They used to go out and play.
Yeah.
Now it's all computerized stuff. But anyway.
We used to play back in the days unsupervised.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone was trustworthy.
Oh, yeah.
We wasn't snatching up kids.
No, none of that.
And you played Pop Warner. Who'd you play for? You remember?
I played for the Broncos at Enterprise Park.
They're not around them. I don't know. I've never heard of
well,
that.
they still have the leagues, but they've changed them now. It was a sheriff league at
There
one
you
time.
go.
It was Pop Warner.
I remember sheriffs. Yeah.
Now Snoop Dogg won a league out in Long Beach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a big league. So, so I got in. I saw one of the coaches saw me and asked me, did I play football? And I said no. He said, you can play football.
Okay.
And next thing you know, I was out there trying out, seeing what I can do, and
so I loved it. You played in football, high school.
I played from the time I was 8 years old until I was, maybe 18, 19.
Okay.
So.
So you were playing football, and then the streets. How'd you stay off the streets? I know you came from Compton, Wild West. In Compton in the 80s, people, if you don't know, it was rough.
Yeah.
And so did you end up on the streets while you were playing football, or what happened?
No. Let me take you back a little bit.
Good to go.
When I was younger, I had a speech impediment.
Mm-hmm.
And that speech impediment was very, very bad. And so, you know how kids are. Kids are cruel.
Bullies.
And so it made me an angry kid.
Oh.
And I became violent. I was really violent. It's always being fights.
Uh-huh.
I'm fighting everybody. I'm trying to beat the bad out of kids. You make fun of me. I'm gonna want to make you pay. That's how I felt,
Okay.
But that wasn't the right thing to do. I developed an anger streak, a mean streak. And I took that into football.
Oh, okay. Which is good.
And I took that in football. I mean, I could legally hit somebody down.
Yeah, correct.
And so, so sports was was an outlet for me in a big way in my life. But it also taught me, teamwork. It taught me how to, depend on other people. And it changed my life in good ways. But it also changed my life in some bad ways as well.
Okay. You have siblings?
Yes, I have 7.
Okay. 7. Okay. Did you live with all 7?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, mother and father, and we had 7. I had 7 brothers and sisters.
Okay, good to go. So you played high school ball for what high school?
Compton High.
Compton High School. And
Bag.
Talk about that experience.
That was a great experience for me. From the time I was when I was a freshman, I didn't start the first game, but the first series I got in, I never came out again.
Wow. What position?
I was a linebacker.
Okay. Good job.
Yeah.
Any scout reports? You got on anyone's radar to go to school, college?
Oh yeah. I was being recruited by a lot, but my major one was Oklahoma.
Sooners.
When Barry Switzer came to see me, and that's when football became a bad thing for me.
Why?
I had a coach that he didn't really like me, but he used me because I was a good player. he couldn't really teach me anything because I learned how to play in the Pop Warner League.
Oh, wow.
You know, I had great coaches when I played Pop Warner. Some of them were ex-pro players that came to the parks and help out.
Okay.
And they taught us all these things. So when I got to high school, I pretty much knew how to play the game. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I just, I just had to figure out the scheme of the team. And this coach came to see me, and I still get emotional behind it because I was so fired up to go to college. I had a vision what I wanted to do, and I thought that this coach was going to facilitate that. We had all the tools, we had everything in place, and Barry Switzer came to see me, and he told Barry Switzer, "Nah, you can't talk to him." Back then, if a coach from university tried to talk to a player without permission from a coach, they could lose scholarships.
Wow.
And nobody was going to lose a scholarship for one kid out of Compton. So
your head coach in Compton High denied Coach Switzer from talking to you.
Exactly.
Was there a reason?
He said that I was uncoachable. And so Switzer said to him, "How's that possible? He started 3 years in a row for you."
Correct.
If a kid is uncoachable for me, he said he doesn't play.
Correct.
He said, "So why would you play?"
Yeah.
So he said, "So you used the kid."
Mm-hmm.
Now, I knew this because we were hiding outside the class by the window, listening to the conversation to the coaches. And so, Compton had these back windows. The windows pop out.
Correct.
And so
the bungalows and all that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so we were down behind there listening. And, man, it was breaking my heart, man. And so Switzer said, "Well, all right, I got to go." He said, "No, I want you to see this other kid." He said, "What other kids?" And he said the guy, and he says, "Nope, I don't need a safety. I got a safety."
Wow.
Yeah, and
I can only imagine how you're still a young guy, even though you're big.
Yep.
You're still mentally young.
Mentally young, yes.
And then, so what happened after that?
I was crushed. So at that point there, I felt like I couldn't trust people. I couldn't trust adults anymore. I couldn't trust that they were, because this guy, I had prayed holding his hand. I prayed with his wife. I met his family. I knew his family. I spent the night at his house. How could he say this about me? Where did this come from? I couldn't fathom it. And neither could my father. Because I called my father the day that happened, and he came down right when Barry Switzer was leaving. He said, "Hey, look, I want the kid." He said, "But I can't, violate the rules. If I violate the rules, I can be booked." So he said, "But you send him to Oklahoma. I can get him in JC for a year, and we could pick him up like that."
Mm-hmm.
So I knew that wasn't going to happen. I'm a, kid out of Compton, 7 brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
My father couldn't afford to take care of 2 households because I'd have to live in Oklahoma,
Correct.
apartment, all that kind of crap.
Mm-hmm.
So it angered me, and that drove me to the streets. At that point, I was like, I'm done. Can't.
So now let's fast forward. Your coach let you down. Horrible coach. You end up running to the streets like all of us always do.
Yeah.
And who'd you run with?
My boys in the streets. I was out of Compton. So I was from Athens. And we, did vandalism, all kind of crazy crap.
Okay.
Then it led from there to selling drugs. And the next thing you know, I'm deep into the drug trade.
Wow. Okay. So then you're selling drugs, and this was a time up. I'm pretty sure Freeway. Rick Ross.
Yeah, Rick Benzo
Freeway
Al
Rick.
and all them dudes. Yeah, I know.
Is it Freeway Rick Ross or is Freeway Rick?
Freeway Rick.
Oh, Rick Ross is a fake rapper.
Yeah, Rick Ross is a fake rapper.
Yeah, no props to you. You got fat. Yeah, no, I'll keep it there, people, for the audience.
Rick, the OG Rick.
OG Rick, yeah. We see him at Earl's off Crenshaw all the time. I give him his little props. I know he paid his dues. He did play a big role in bringing crack to L.A., so I don't worship the brother, but it seems like he's humble and he learned.
Yeah.
He was really sympathetic.
He was young, too.
Yeah.
He was doing his thing. He was young.
Okay.
But, that's what led me to doing the things that I eventually started to do.
Wow. See, so I knew, audience, this wasn't going to be a 2-part series because we got to get more deep into it. Well, you know, we want to thank Jimmie. We want to tell the audience, tune in again because we're going to have a part 3 because this story is getting deeper and deeper. You know our theme is 10 minutes of healing the right way, where we take our stories and go from pain to power. Jimmie has a big story that I can't wait to hear next week. So thank you guys for tuning in, and please tune in next week. Please, Jimmie, come back and give us another part so we can hear some more.
No problem.
I want to say to my audience, peace and God bless.